Skirk's design sucks. Oh yeah, I said it. Ooh, she ugly. She look at the design. Bland looking at Honkai looking character. Doesn't even look like anything new from any Honkai character. She looks generic. Yeah, I said it. Generic. When we hear Childe's lore, I thought of a tough, strong looking dark woman who ventured around the battle-hardened scars, grrr! But instead, we have Honkai waifu 897. She's boring, she's bland, her concept art is better. L ratio. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Ooh, what you gonna do? You're gonna dox me? Oh, shoot. Okay, maybe I'm being a little bit overdramatic. So before all my fellow orphans and Panzerkampfwagen of beasts go out there and murder me for this opinion, while I do kind of share the intimate, I'm not as aggressively annoyed with the design as much as everyone else. On YouTube,
they made Skirk look like another generic.
On Reddit, and in many other places. Okay, but are they right? To talk about that, we need to talk about character design. I'm not an expert on character design. While I did design my own characters in games before, what I do have is my love for drip. Mix it up with a few research and I'm sure we'll be able to give a possible explanation and analysis on this. So let me cook. Super Eyepatch Wolf's video called What Makes a Good Character Design is a solid video that shows what good character design is. And I highly recommend you to check it out so we can be caught up in speed on what I'll discuss next. Just don't forget to come back here because I need you. But just in case you need an oversimplified explanation, he says character design can be seen as a question which describes what a fictional character is to exemplify their personality. We can achieve this with semiotics, shape, language, and color design. Genshin Impact's characters also go through similar design choices. So while they have a shape limitation due to the open world aspect of the game, Genshin has laid rules on what makes a character a good character design. Going back to Skirk, we can see that Genshin has actually followed through this with her inheriting many aspects of the narwhal to the crystallized sea limbs that she shares with the narwhal's tail. Now, does this outfit have any cultural and story significance? Other than her outfit being most Honkai-like, it would be unfair to judge this now because her character just had one appearance. So clearly, her design actually has some good, genuine design. So why are people upset? I imagine most people who are upset are people who know about her since 1.x and their expectation her didn't meet their standards, or some people just dislike her design because it just resembles Honkai Impact and its universe. But one thing I like to point out the most is that Skirk looks bland. Going back to character design, even by Honkai standards, she doesn't even stand out because of her plainer color schemes. No. Don't take offense to that. What I mean by bland is that something that doesn't stand out. Dull, lacking. Sure, she has iridescent colors, but altogether they don't pop out. But dude, Genshin is from the Honkaiverse. Duh. But that doesn't mean they wouldn't have innovated by giving her characteristics that make her feel her, rather than just being a complementary to the Honkaiverse and the whale. Her design does not give her an individualistic design, which makes her a bit of an eh. I decided to make a survey of 100 people who would be able to first notice Skirk in these pictures filled with Honkai girls. The goal of the survey was to see if Skirk would show up. Okay, why is everyone looking at Yae Sakura? I decided to make a survey of 100 people who would first notice this picture filled with Honkai girls and Skirk. The goal of the survey was to see if Skirk would show up and be eye-catching, and you may be wondering two things. One, why Honkai girls? Because everyone keeps comparing it to the Honkai design and should be easily pop out with other Genshin characters due to her outfit style. But the original design does not constitute that it stands alone without looking bland and plain. 2. Why is everyone pastel white and blue? To make it fair, because Yae Sakura kept catching everyone's attention in the first survey. So after these two posts and a bit of clickbait, never again, I learned two things. 1. Skirk actually shows up as the most noticed character, with Kiara just lagging behind 1 point. But 2, I learned Skirk's winning place meant two things. A. She was just noticed by Genshin players, but Honkai players tend to notice other people more. By the additional notes I provided people to share their thoughts, people who could name Honkai characters tend to notice Honkai characters more than Skirk, and people who played Skyrail notice Zhongli much more. B. Even if Skirk was the noticed character, if combining the rest of the Honkai characters' points, she would just be able to catch people's eyes 1/5 of the time. So to conclude, if I had a Honkai survey, there's a chance Skirk might even get less points because there won't be much bias with able to recognize and identify Skirk first, because everyone would be recognizable to the average Honkai player, and Kiara would just be too bright because she was also the second choice. The results, Skirk is pretty recognizable to the average Genshin player, but altogether, she was only picked 1/5 of the time, which means my test of Skirk not standing out is pretty true. Okay, it might be bad on the surface, but it's not, okay? Let's just agree that Skirk's design is bland. But that's okay, and here's why. But before I explain why, let me say something else. Childe's design sucks. Look at this Fatuya looking at. You call this a harbinger? Look at the plain white outfit showing his excuse his abs. You see the other harbingers? Drip. You see Scaramouche? Drip. Signora? Drip. Dottore? Drip. Drip. Tartaglia? The only thing dripping are the tears at how boring and bland this toy maker. Okay. Maybe I'm over exaggerating as well. His design is meant to be simple, but that doesn't mean that other people didn't share the sentiment as well. His design is meant to be simple, accommodating, friendly. Imagine if this... No. No, don't do it. Imagine if we had this original Beidou design where he would have an eye patch. Would you think that he's a friendly, trustworthy guy if you were chased around Liyue and then this guy just showed up and told you to follow? I'm sure not. You'd think he'd rob you of your song. Okay, I promise, no those jokes. But his simple design works. But that doesn't mean his design isn't bland compared to everyone else in Liyue. I mean, compared to Zhong. Compared to Zhong. Compare him to Okay, fine, that's also unfair. Compare him to any other Liyue character, like Keqing, Ningguang, Beidou, Xingqi. They look much more dripped out, more style, more colors, more interesting silhouettes, and most of all, their characteristics also reflect on their design. Now, look at Childe. While he does have a red scarf that breaks his outfit, everything else is a simple shirt with pants and with plain patterns and muted colors. So, what's this word? Bland. But that is okay. So why is this relevant? His design is meant to be plain because of his foul legacy. His foul legacy is his transformation that he learned from Skirk. What do you notice from the design? Apart from his ginger hair, he actually has more drip. His plain tee has been overlaid with black dark armor, almost reminiscent of Abyss design. Because it is of Abyss design. His starry cloak guiding behind him like shooting stars trailing in his back, his gauntlets and leggings having spikes that break and make his silhouette, and most importantly his mask, sharing the same colors of his one scarf, now collars and horns, bringing him from a friendly man to a hardened demon of the depths. But when you look at his first and current design, what do you notice? They both somehow feel right. They both feel like Childe. Why? Because his transformation never really strayed from the original source. His original design built upon it. Good design. So why mention this? This is my theory. It's called the why Skirk has no drip theory.
What is the sound of one hand clapping?
I don't know. What is the sound of what?
Here goes. If Childe's design is bland because Childe has foul legacy, then Skirk's design is bland, therefore foul legacy. You'll be like, duh, she taught him that. But no. You need to understand. The reason why she looks bland is because this isn't her final form. The sketches you see, the plain designs that she has currently, it's because her actual outfit would be overlaid with real armor from the foul legacy. So yeah, it's obvious at first that this should be a theory, but I feel like this should be heavily pointed out. She definitely has a second more epic form on top of this, but at the same time her current design isn't even that bad, even if not for expectations. Is it even in my taste? Nah. If anything, nothing in Genshin is even in my taste, so don't take your opinion from me. My only top 3 women in Genshin I like is like number 3, Kokomi. Number 2, Sandrone, yeah. Number 1. Catherine, give me that robot. What I want to take away from this video is that Skirk's design isn't even the final design of the rugged, dark, and tough people actually expected from her, because she doesn't even need to be in that moment we met her. So what can we learn from this? Their design is plain on purpose, and if Childe's design is bland, and if Skirk's design is bland, therefore Sir Tologi's design will be bad.